Hey everyone, this is Elevenlabs. It is a online platform that you can use for game development or anything else to generate AI voices, and I'll show you how easy it is here just in a second. So the main features here are text to speech, speech to speech, dubbing, text to sound effects, and voice cloning. And we'll go through all of these features here in a minute. Just basic overview, text to speech, you type in here what you want, and then you will be able to generate a voice based on whatever setting you choose. There's more in the library that you can pick from.
The Elevenlabs voice generator can deliver high-quality, human-like speech in 32 languages.
And just like that, in seconds, you got a new voice, and you can try all the different voices without penalty for free. Same thing with speech to speech, but instead of text, you can upload using your voice, or you can upload a file, or you can record directly in the website here. Everything is dubbing. You can upload your podcast or your videos and automatically use AI to dub them for you instead of having to pay a voice actor. Same thing with sound effects. But instead, you can prompt it and it'll give you a few options. And sometimes the quality here can be hit or miss, but just after a couple generations, you can really get something that really sounds the way you want it to. Wow, that fourth one was actually really good. So as you can see, not all the generations are perfect, but if you keep playing with it and keep generating, you can get the sounds you're looking for. Lastly, voice clone, you can see how people can create their own voices, and then they can reuse this as one of the models for text to speech or speech to speech. And this allows you to, if with proper permissions, you could clone Morgan Freeman to be in your game. You could clone Keanu Reeves without having to have them actually voice everything. So next thing we're going to look at is pricing. The free tier is actually very powerful. It's not too limiting. This will get you 10 K credits a month, which is about 10,000 characters, and 10,000 characters will is about 10 minutes of audio. So for a lot, it'll allow you to play around with a lot of voices and figure out where you want to start. And then from there, you can upgrade to a paid plan to unlock voice cloning. This will allow you to clone your own voice and use it for text to speech. And then as you upgrade, you get more high quality audio, more high quality models, and more quota, and things like the API. As you all right, now that we've gone through the overview, we'll go up to the top here and sign up for an account. Once you do that, you'll be able to get into the app and you'll be able to see in the sidebar some things. Text to speech we'll go over later, voice changer we will go over later. We're going to go down here to voices. This will allow you to look at all the voices that you have. You can see some voices that I've already picked out, some legacy and built-in voices that are already in. Personal will show you voice clones. Community will show you voices you've gotten from the community. And the default voices are voices that Elevenlabs provides you, and you do not need to go find them. So first, we're going to start off and go to the library. This will allow you to go to the community and see different voices that you're looking for. So as video game developers, we're going to prefer character and animation, but feel free to use any of these other subcategories here. You might also want to pick a language. This might help you find a specific type of voice you're looking for. Some are multilingual, some are specific to certain languages. And then you can also pick an accent, which is very important for building an aesthetic and immersive game. So those are options you can do. We can go ahead and try Scottish. And to play a sample, you can go over here.
We are an organization who ensures our operations are always safe and sustainable.
And you can test these samples out. You can see how many people have actually saved the voices.
This is a relaxed Scottish accent that would be great for providing instruction. or telling a story.
And so those work out pretty well. So what you'll do next is you will add it here by clicking Add to My Voices. And then you'll go ahead and click Use, and this will take you to text-to-speech. All right, now that you're on the text-to-speech page, you'll find that you'll be able to find your voice here if you haven't opened this drop down, and you'll look under Professional, and you'll be able to add your voice here. And update it, and you'll see it go down here. You can type anything you want in here. What you'll be able to find is that you'll see the amount of characters here. This is affecting your quota. So 22 characters is 22 credits. You can go ahead and click Generate Speech.
My first generation.
And you can see it's really quick. You can play it again right here.
My first generation.
And then you can download it here for use locally, and you can scrub using these controls here. Now, one thing you might want to do is open up these settings. This will let you look at the model, which can either, you'll most likely want to keep multilingual. You can use Turbo 2.5 or 2 if you want to cut down on the cost and improve your speed of your generation. This is kind of important for real-time chat, but not so important for game dev. And then down here, 11 English V1 and multilingual V1, these are deprecated. I wouldn't use them. They're just there because other people have kept on using them. So that we can go back. So let's talk about these next settings. We have stability. Elevenlabs tells us that stability adjusts the emotional range and consistency of the voice. What that means is a lower setting improves the variation in emotion in the voice generation, and then the further you go to the right, the more it's going to sound robotic. Not necessarily robotic, but more monotone. So it still sounds great, but not as up and down. And then similarity, this has to do more with how close it sounds to the person that created the voice. So if you have a high setting, it's going to try really hard to make it sound as similar to the person who cloned their voice. And the lower you go, the less like the person that you will sound. And this next one's cool, style exaggeration. As you saw, like the accent, this will boost that accent. So if you really want a thick accent, you can drag this up. You just have to note that over 50% can lead to instability. And then speaker boost, it doesn't hurt to leave that on. It just increases the likeness to the original speaker. So if you're soft-spoken, definitely want to keep this on. And then if you ever want to go back to the way you got it, click reset, and they'll jump to the original settings. And with that, we will go to voice to voice. All right, now you're text to speech. We'll go to voice changer up here. This is very similar to text to speech. What you'll do instead is you're going to either upload an audio file or record audio in the browser. I'm going to drag a clip in here and play it for you.
Obi-Wan, may the Force be with you.
Here, that's the original audio, and we got our Callum voice here. Go to settings, we can mess with the exaggeration a little bit, and then we can regenerate the speech, and this will translate it from his voice to the voice that we chose.
Obi-Wan, may the Force be with you.
As you can see, it's pretty fast, and it's definitely an effective way to translate a lot of text. And then if you want to, you can manage your history here. You'll be able to see all of your text-to-speech items and your speech-to-speech items here. And if you're looking to download them again, say you forgot, you can go in here and download. And then if you want to manage your history, you can delete items that you've previously generated. So there's no penalty for keeping these in. These will just clean up your past generations. So if you're done with them or you misgenerated something, feel free to delete it. But it doesn't cost anything to keep them there. So next, we've talked about speech to speech. Let's talk about sound effects. All right, now that we've talked about text, speech, and voice changer, we can go to sound effects here, and this is where we can add sounds to our games that are not just voices. So you can type whatever you want here, but we're just going to take one of these examples from down here and use that to generate. This is going to give us 4 different files. This gives us a little bit of variation to test. Unlike the voices, they're not quite really that accurate because they're not as certain what you're going to be looking for. So there's going to be 4 options here. And while we wait on that, you can click this button right here to preview. So you can see that they're all 8 seconds long. This is due to this duration setting. You can change this here. You can also try automatic. It'll go with a little bit 2 to 3 second ish duration. One thing you might want to play with is this prompt influenced. You're going to get a lot more similar sounds when you have the prompt further to the right, and it's going to get a little crazier the further you go to the left with more creative. And if you ever want to reset, you can click this reset button and it'll move it back to where it recommends at 30%. So once you find the one you like, you can click this button to download. And then if you forget to download or you want one from later, you can go up to this history tab and then you're able to see all the different generations that you have made over the previous times. So now that we've covered the general generations themselves, let's cover the marketplace. Click this Explore tab and you will see a bunch of things. One is the different categories that they have up here, and another is the weekly top picks, which you can also search for. We're going to go with fantasy here, and we're going to try, and you can sort these by most popular, most downloaded, and you can preview them by clicking this icon right here. Very cool. You can reuse this prompt. So by clicking this, it'll send you back to the sound effects tab. And if you have a paid account, you can just download this straight from the website. So if you're on a free account, you can still click use prompt. And it'll take you back here and you can try and generate this yourself. And otherwise, you can just download it if you have a paid account. So that pretty much covers everything. You can continue to play around, find and search for some more sounds here. Next thing we're going to do is go over cloning voices. All right, now that we've done sound effects, let's go and look at voice cloning. What you're going to do is go to voices, add a new voice. It's a voice cloning. Note, if you have a free account, this will be locked. You'll need to upgrade to unlock voice cloning. So what I'm going to do is use Odin. That's the name of the guy I am using. I'm going to upload a couple files. One's just a short sample so you can hear what it sounds like, and the other is more a longer clip with more data for the model to use. So he sounds a little bit like this.
There's only one God, ma'am, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't dress like that.
And so this will work here. You can use the recorded audio. You don't need a fancy mic. Using your laptop microphone will work just fine. And for most people, removing background noises is you can check this. There's nothing wrong with that. Labels, you might want to add male or gender of male, and then maybe some other things. And then a description of this is my copy of Elevenlabs' voice. And then if you haven't read these, then accept and then click add voice. And what this will do is this will add this to your library in just a few seconds. And we'll see them from 7 to 10. Then we're here to personal, and you'll find this voice right here. And you can click use, and it will take you here to text to speech. So what you can do is you can grab a sample of that speech and that you want to use. I'm going to copy some here, and hit generate speech.
In the heart of the city, life moved at a different pace. The constant hum of traffic, the bustling crowds, and the symphony of sounds filled the air.
As you can see, in just seconds you have a voice con. So if you want to say new things from somebody else's voice clips, as long as you have permission, you can come over to Elevenlabs and do that very quickly. So if you want to make Morgan Freeman in your game, you can do that.